iPhone X review. Apple price is the big problem despite great smartphone screen and camera. Apple's all-new iPhone X, it's actually pronounced iPhone 10, is here and it's the greatest smartphone the US tech giant has ever made. With a stunning 5.8-inch OLED edge-to-edge screen, you'll be instantly struck by just how splendid it looks. Gone are the chunky bezels that have graced the front of the iPhone since the original device was launched 10 years ago, with an all-screen design filling the entire front of the phone. This means you get a bigger display in a device that's more compact in your pocket. Measuring in at 5.65 inches long, it's actually smaller than the iPhone 8 Plus, despite having a much larger screen. This new design does, however, mean there's nowhere to place the Touch ID fingerprint scanner. Instead, Apple has designed a new way to unlock its flagship device via facial recognition. Called Face ID, this new security feature uses a unique front-facing true-depth camera to scan your features and unlock the device when it spots a match. And if you're concerned about this new technology, don't be. It works far better and faster than we ever expected, and you can even use it to pay at the till via Apple Pay. Another nice feature of this clever camera is the ability to send something called animojis. These colorful characters mimic your exact expressions, and you can even record your voice for the ultimate alternative message. Animojis are masses of fun and surprisingly addictive to send. Other camera technology includes an upgraded dual-lens camera which can produce DSLR-style effects with a simple tap on the screen. All of these high-tech features require some impressive brains, and powering the iPhone X is Apple's all-new A11 Bionic processor, which is an absolute powerhouse. We adore the iPhone X, but it does come with a futuristic price, as buying this phone will set you back at least £999, which makes some of the flagship Android competition look a real bargain. Daily Star verdict: this is the iPhone Apple fans have been waiting for. It looks gorgeous, and its clever design now means you get a much bigger screen in a phone that easily fits in your pocket. Face ID is also far better than we ever imagined, and the true depth camera brings an element of fun with the ability to send animojis. We've been using the iPhone X for a while, and every day we get even more smitten with it. In fact, the only fault is its ludicrously high price. Apple appears to have created an iPhone that's worthy of its 10th anniversary, and it's got a very big hit on its hands, even if not everyone can afford it. iPhone X Review Roundup: The Verge. The iPhone X is clearly the best iPhone ever made. It's thin, it's powerful, it has ambitious ideas about what cameras on phones can be used for, and it pushes the design language of phones into a strange new place. It is a huge step forward in terms of phone hardware, and it has the notch to show for it. If you're one of the many people who pre-ordered this thing, I think you'll be happy. But if you didn't pre-order, I suspect you might not feel that left out for a while. The iPhone X might be a huge step forward in terms of hardware, but iOS 11 runs the same on lots of other iPhones, and you won't be missing out on anything except Animoji. Face ID works extremely well, although you should expect to have to move the phone closer to your face from time to time. And until your favorite apps are updated, you won't be able to make use of that entire beautiful display. All that adds up to the thing you already know: the iPhone X is a very expensive iPhone. For a lot of people, it'll be worth it. For a lot of people, it'll seem ridiculous. But fundamentally, it's a new iPhone, and that means you probably already know if you want to spend $1,000 on one. If you have any doubts at all, stick with an iPhone 8 or 8 Plus. You'll get most of the same features, and you'll wait out app developers figuring out how to use this new screen. Eventually, every iPhone will look like the iPhone X, after all. The rest of us will just be using Animoji in the meantime. Wired at the end of the week with the iPhone X, I'm still torn about whether or not to recommend it. It's a great phone, of course, definitely the best iPhone you can buy. I love the size, love the screen, love the camera. It does feel like the iPhone Apple's been talking about all this time. But Apple gets in its own way sometimes, making things harder as it tries to make them easier. It's been a long time since I had this hard a time to get used to a new iPhone. More importantly, the iPhone X costs $1,000. In the scheme of things, that's not so much more expensive than other iPhones, especially if you're paying in monthly installments. But it's still a lot to spend on a smartphone. In most functional ways, the iPhone X isn't life-changingly better than the 8 or 8 Plus. The iPhone X is the first iPhone since that one that feels genuinely new and different. Do you need it? No. At least not yet. But it's seriously cool. Tech Radar: the iPhone X was a huge gamble from Apple, but one that really paid off. Losing the home button and altering the design was a dangerous move, but one that was sorely needed after years of similarity and the premium design, extra power, all-screen front mixed together to create, by far, the best iPhone Apple's ever made. It's impossible to give a perfect score to something that costs this much, but this is the closest to smartphone perfection Apple has ever got. Stuff by letting go of long-standing features such as a physical home button, Apple has brought its smartphone bang up to date. The X has the best screen of any iPhone, ever, and it looks the part too, even with that notch. Face ID works better than any other facial recognition system you'll find on a phone right now, even if it's not perfect, and the dual rear cameras take excellent photos, if not quite as natural or detailed as Google's algorithm-assisted Pixel 2 XL. Beyond some cute face-tracking fun with emoji, though, the X doesn't have many unique features you won't also find on the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus. Both get that fancy new A11 CPU and wireless charging, and neither forces you to relearn a load of gestures to get around iOS. They're a hell of a lot cheaper, too. You're paying a premium here for that bold new look, Face ID, and not much else. It's not like that ever put anyone off buying an Apple product before, though, is it? If you want the best iPhone, you're going to have to find the cash. The X has set the bar, and the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus just can't jump high enough.